I'd like to introduce Erica Gomez, who's the Clinical Director here at U.S. VETS in Riverside. So Erica, nice to see you again. Give me an overview of the U.S. VETS program.
Okay. U.S. VETS is meant to provide housing for veterans. I don't like to say homeless veterans because I think homeless has gotten a new definition. Usually when we hear homeless, we think of the usual person out pushing a grocery cart, right? But now we've gotten to the point that we have a couple veterans who are losing their jobs due to the economic crisis or whatnot. A lot of returning veterans that don't have a place to go. And so we want to be able to permit that for them. So what we do is we provide housing and back to work as well. We also have permanent housing now out for our female veterans and military families.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the female veterans.
Sure.
And especially female veterans with children. Because that's a big, huge issue with women veterans right now.
Absolutely.
So now this facility offers living environment, temporary, and permanent housing.
At this current facility, we only house male veterans.
Okay.
Our female veterans and families, we will house them off-site in scattered housing throughout Colton. So we have some apartments and some studios, depending on the size of the family. And we will work with them in terms of the income and to how much they'll put in, how much we will put in for the rent. We also have counseling and then back to work program, as well as some work skills classes. The idea is for them to work towards goals to move out into permanent supportive housing and employment.
Very good. How many residents are here?
Currently, at this facility, we have capacity for 127 veterans.
Okay.
Right now, I'd like to say we're probably at 116. We have emergency beds where we can also hold them. If those get filled, then we have partnerships with other shelters in the area, and they can stay until we have room.
So let's make sure any veteran out there that sees this understands what you just said. If they need a place to stay, you provide that. Temporary is here. For men, it's here. For women with children, you put them in transitional housing or into a permanent home.
Correct.
In the Colton area.
Absolutely.
So there's no reason for a veteran to be homeless, is there?
No, that's our goal, is to try and end homelessness with our veterans. Job developer and our career counselor they'll do an assessment to see where their what work history they have and what kind of things they qualify for, and then we start gearing them towards that direction to the right job that's meant for them.
Very good. So really, instead of having a veteran go to 12 different agencies, you try to have at least agency reps here. So it's kind of like a one-stop shopping.
One-stop shop. Yeah, we want them to utilize all their resources. So it's not just a shelter. It's a program that helps you to get back out into the workforce.
And see, that's the other thing, because there are some veterans out there who don't want to work.
Correct.
Or cannot work for whatever reason. You're still going to help them though, right?
Absolutely. And we have some, our champs, which are our folks with chronic homelessness and disability. Obviously, they can't get back to work. But we go ahead and house them here, and they pay part of the rent, and we pay the other.
So what is your success rate here? Pretty high, I would imagine.
Yes, it's getting there. We're slowly putting in more resources to play here. Just like my part, I think when I first met you, I had mentioned the clinical component is quite new here. And a lot of the reasons why some of our veterans weren't getting employment was because we needed to deal with some of those mental health issues that were barriers for them to get employment.
And how do you do that?
I have counselors here on site. I'm actually one of them. We partner up with USC and National University. And we have MSW interns and MFT interns here as well, and they help me do the counseling piece.
So very good. So really, coming back to homeless veteran, is it a choice? I mean, everything in life comes down to choices. So if there's help available, and there's agencies and people like yourself who's out there, this is your career, this is your livelihood, this is what you love doing, is helping people overcome.
Absolutely.
Then it really comes down to the veteran making the choice. They have to decide.
Yep. And sometimes we get that. We have some veterans that come and they're not quite ready to make that move. and they'll leave and they'll come back when they are ready. Our intention is to serve those who served, and be able to help them get the resources that they need and put them in the right direction.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Put them in the right direction.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Erica, so much.
Thank you.